either have to have 100% faith in it or
Yeah.
0.
Yeah.
So
Right.
it makes sense. Consider done.
Right, it makes sense.
So if I wanted to do this and I'm sitting, next to that one and it's a parallel parking situation, will it figure it out, or is it?
You have to control it. So I'll show you before we leave.
Okay.
But yeah, you have to be within about 20 feet. But yeah, you could totally squeeze into somewhere where the vehicle fits, but the doors won't open. You can do something like that. So.
Gee. Okay.
That's great.
All right, let's begin. So your phone's connected. CarPlay's down here. It'll always be down there.
Sorry, down here, down.
Oh, sorry, down here.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So you always go to the C with the play button, CarPlay.
Oh, yeah.
That'll be CarPlay. The nice part is they added a little house at the top. Or if you press the house here. These 4 squares here are your main menu. It's going to look ridiculous because it's going to have all of this. So what I recommend is over here on the left, if you hit vehicle apps, it'll trim it down to basically things about the car specifically. So BMW ID, add another profile. Mobile devices, add another phone. Personal assistant, you can customize the BMW assistant, which basically is like Siri for the car, controls car functions.
Mm-hmm.
My modes, which is this button down here, is basically your Sport, Eco Pro, etc., etc. All of those. Charging. Let's make sure you can charge at the maximum. Ignore that. So the reception here is just throws the car off. So we'll make sure you charge at the highest. If you ever pop circuit breakers when you're charging, come in here, tone it down. Try charging again. If you pop another circuit breaker, tone it down. So just go down until it does.
So I live in Crescent City. The nearest BMW dealer's in Medford, Oregon. This is about a 2-hour drive.
Okay.
So I guess I'd be bringing it there. Right? Okay. No problem with going between dealerships.
Nope, it's
Or
all
getting stuff
same network. Yeah.
Done. Okay.
Yeah, it'll work. So BMW did recommend initially changing the max capacity to 80 when you charge. Recently, they had a vehicle, since this vehicle's been available in Europe for a while, hit 100,000 kilometers, and they charged it for 100% the whole time, and they noticed that for those 100,000 kilometers, that it only received about 6% loss in battery degradation. So BMW does feel confident enough to say you can keep it at 100 if you choose to.
Okay.
Here you could basically change it however you would like. You can keep it if you want to go for the longevity of the battery, you can keep it at 80% and then change it if you need to go for longer drives. That said, you also have 8-year warranty on the battery. So it would be, how would you like? Do you have a preference on anything there?
Let's keep it at 100 for now, since I'm going to be taking a long trip, and then let's see.
All right, sounds good.
What happens? I mean, I'll be doing my homework at home.
Yeah. This guy right here, if for whatever reason the gun won't release from your charger port, this is like a manual. It'll force the charger to happen. And so that would what that would be. Fan loudness when you're charging it, I recommend keeping it on automatic so that way it can charge as fast as possible. It'll cool everything down, all that stuff. Precondition it, since you do live in Oregon. If it gets too cold, below 33 degrees, it's recommended you precondition the battery for about 10 minutes before you start charging. Same thing if you're driving in the middle of Death Valley. If you're over 112 degrees when you're going to charge, precondition it as well.
Okay. So what does preconditioning actually mean?
So let's say you were to just think of it as you just plug it in to start charging. You're kind of giving like a shock, because it's just like not up to temperature, or it could be too high of a temperature kind of thing. So what the preconditioning does is it'll run the coolant. So if it's too cold, then it'll warm the batteries up to accept the charge faster. If it's too hot, it'll run the coolant faster, so then that way it can cool the batteries better.
Okay.
So it's basically like hot and cold and then slow and fast kind of thing.
Okay.
So
Thanks.
no problem. Seat comfort, so this will be anything seat related. Again, the menus. For example, your massage seats are up here. Comfort entry is where it'll back up for a little bit, anything like that, set automatically, all those kinds of fun features here. And then
I heard on this thing, I've noticed that when you're waving your hand around it,
yeah, so you have gesture control.
so you do have gesture control here. I have no idea how to work it, but
I'll show you. No worries, we'll get there.
okay.
And then this is the general seat position.
Yes.
This will be like lumbar, bolsters, how much you want it, and then you can do also the same functions here while you have that up. So that's what you would be able to change here. And then I can do the same for my seat.
Got it. Doesn't like sitting here very long, does it?
Yeah, no, it's just this. The dealership messes with it because it's the only dealership that it does it. Live vehicle. Any information about the car right now, kind of thing. System settings would be anything of the actual car computer iDrive system setup. So things like date and time, units of measurement, anything, control wise, stereo, all that stuff will be here.
Okay.
Interior lighting, which is that's another thing. Again, this dealership, since it's built on a lead mine, most likely, I'm convinced. It's downloading updates on all the apps and the software here. So this might be laggy while we're here. Once you get out into the open, it should be fine. If it continues past like 2 or 3 days, then I would say take it in, but it's going to be laggy for right now, just because it's not getting the updates as it needs. So interior lighting, you can change the reading light, how you want it set up, anything like that. Here, the ambient lighting, you can change the colors, so that's throughout the car. So for example, it's on ivory right now, but let's set it green so you can see the colors all throughout.
Green's perfect.
Excellent. Brighten it, anything like that. Reduce it. Lighting events is like, it'll show you when it's charging, incoming calls, locking, unlocking, things like that. It'll flash. And then here on the steering wheel, you have lights that will light up to get your attention if any of the safety features go off. And then you can change the brightness of the whole cockpit at night. Owner's manual, you have a full digital copy, but in the trunk area, there is another one.
Good.
Climate menu, I'll skip for now.
Okay.
Connected drive store, I'll also skip only because it's a brand new app store. There's nothing in it, but in the future, they're going to have apps like YouTube, I hear, is coming down the pipeline, things like that. So, displays, you can adjust all 3 displays. The heads-up display is the only one you can maneuver. Everything else you could just dim, brighten, and then turn off permanently.
When you say maneuver, you mean move it around to your preferred spot on the screen or something?
Yeah, so you can, like, for example, is that where you would be sitting?
Yeah.
So I don't know how it looks, but you can go raise it, lower it, anything like that, rotate it.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
And how did you just do that?
So you just go into the head-up display option on the displays, and then it'll be here.
And you're just adjusting with the wheel?
Yeah,
You can do it with the wheel, or you can do it on the touchscreen.
Just play around with it. Oh, well, I can't. Okay, so I hit that.
So that turned it off.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't see it.
So go down one, and then click on it, and then that you should be able to see it.
Okay, there we go. Okay.
Alright. So, doors and windows is where it's going to get a bit repetitive. If you ever need to disable the anti-theft alarm, basically the motion sensors, you could do that here. Locking and unlocking. Right now it's set to unlock just the driver's door with like one press of the remote, a second press will unlock all the doors, kind of thing. Do you want to change that?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Why would I?
I had one guy tell me, he said he doesn't have a time to press it a second time. So,
Very busy man.
yeah. Sound, do you want the flashing lights and the beeping when you lock and unlock?
Yes.
And the mirrors to fold in as well?
Yep.
Yes.
And then these two I don't really like activating because sometimes you just want to sit in your car when you get to your destination with the doors locked. If you have a preference, you can always change that. Lock after a short time, which is basically sort of what it's doing now, but it's not the full 12 minutes. That would basically be like if the car didn't detect that you locked the car and it doesn't pick up that there's a key inside, that it will lock itself after about 12 minutes. Do you want that active?
It's safer to have it, just because I have this in my car.
Okay, sure.
All right. And then turn off after you open the door. This would basically, I suggest turning this one on because your stereo's on, you open the door, it'll turn the stereo off.
Okay.
Comfort access, so if you walk away, car will lock automatically. If you approach, car will unlock. Do you have any preferences on either of those?
Just the way it is.
All right.
Yeah.
Digital key.
That's perfect. So I don't really have to touch the button on the outside. Then.
Nope. You just
Beautiful.
walk away. So your key card here.
I've got three BMWs and all of them are different. So it's all fun.
Yeah, I
Funny
always
games.
joke
It's
with
which
like
one am I
all my
now?
internal
Yeah.
BMW stuff.
Yeah.
Well, like I tell, like when I come to the dealerships and like train the staff, I'll say BMW is going to execute this on May 12th. So you know what that means. A month and a half later, it'll actually go into effect. So, so this key card is the key. Have that there. Would you like to put the key on your phone?
Sure. So key card. Sorry, what? This is also key.
Yep. So
I
in
see.
reality, you can get up to 5 keys with
So
this card.
there's this and this.
And this, and if you want, we can set your phone right now.
Yeah. Well, let's set my phone too.
All
Sure.
right. Go ahead. Go to the BMW app
Okay.
and scroll down just a little bit, and hit the setup right there in that blue banner. And follow the directions down there. It'll ask you about 4 different things. Check the box.
Key. Keep your phone in the car. Pairing this.
One moment.
So we're pairing the key card?
The phone.
The phone. Oh, okay. Well, nice. So technically we don't even need any keys, right?
Nope.
Just the phone.
If you
Nice.
got your phone, and it has power.
And yeah, you only need your phone.
So if your phone dies, you have 1 hour.
No kidding.
It'll still be able to be read.
Wow, that's
Nice.
critical.
Yeah.
That is critical.
That might save your butt a little.
I know. Otherwise, your phone died, and it'll be like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
What I did, I don't know if you heard this or not, but I started out and I came here in the wrong direction.
Oh.
Yeah, and exactly.
Yeah, we should be here. We're supposed to be here like at 1:30.
I took a southbound instead of a north. It was coming at the exact same time. And I watched the north go by less than a minute later. I was like, really?
It's funny. I took a road trip a few summers ago, and my buddy's like, I'll drive. So he drives. Not when we were younger. He, back in high school, 20 years ago, he didn't have a good sense of direction. Everybody's got GPS. So I kept seeing signs, and I just kept saying Albuquerque. And we started in Dallas, and we were going to Colorado. And I was like, oh, weird. In my head, I was thinking, I didn't know Kansas had an Albuquerque as well. We're just getting closer.
No.
And then this is overnight. We get there. I was like,
Can I turn the phone off because I'm running out of power and I
oh
have to
yeah.
get home?
If you want, you can charge it down here as well. In the meantime,
That's a wireless charger.
yeah. So just
Oh,
lay it
sweet.
down here underneath.
There goes the key.
Yep.
Just right down there.
And then go ahead, and step on the pedal, and the car has to be
brake
on
pedal?
for it. Yeah. And then we'll start charging right now. And there it goes. So now we'll start charging while we're here. Yeah, so anyways, I was like, I didn't know there's an Albuquerque. And then sure enough, we get out, I open my phone, and I see Albuquerque, New Mexico. I was like, well, we just went